In 2025, overstaying your U.S. visa is no longer a simple mistake. It could be the biggest regret of your life. With Donald Trump back in the White House and his administration cracking down harder than ever, a visa overstay might not just result in deportation, it could now lead to a devastating 10-year ban from re-entering the United States. That's right, just one slip-up, staying too long after your authorized stay expires, could lock you out of the country for an entire decade. The consequences are real, the rules are strict, and millions of immigrants, especially students, tourists, and temporary workers, are walking on a knife's edge without even realizing it. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what's changed under Trump in 2025, what the law says about visa overstays, who is most at risk, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. A visa overstay happens when you enter the United States legally, but fail to leave by the date on your I-94 record. Many people think the expiration date on their visa stamp in their passport is the deadline, but it's not. The real deadline is your I-94 departure date, and if you stay beyond that, even by a few days, you're considered out of status. That means your legal stay is over, and you're now at risk. If you stay over 180 days but less than a year, and then leave, you're banned from returning for 3 years. If you stay more than a year and then depart, you're banned for 10 years. These rules have been in place since 1996, but in 2025, the Trump administration is enforcing them more aggressively than ever before. But it doesn't stop there. Trump's new immigration policies in 2025 are targeting countries with high overstay rates, and that includes more than a dozen nations. Citizens of countries like Haiti, Iran, Libya, Sudan, Somalia, Myanmar, and others are now subject to total or partial visa bans. That means if you're from these countries and you've overstayed even once, your chances of ever returning to the U.S. just dropped to nearly zero. The administration has implemented advanced biometric exit tracking, AI-powered overstay alerts, and airline data monitoring to instantly flag overstayers and block them from future visas. If your name shows up on one of these lists, you may be permanently shut out, even if you have family in the U.S., a job offer, or a pending green card case. And here's the scariest part. In 2025, new internal memos from the Department of Homeland Security and USCIS indicate that the 10-year overstay ban can now be applied even if you never leave the U.S. That's a massive shift from past policy. Previously, you had to leave the country to trigger the ban, but now you can be flagged while you're still here, especially if you apply for a change of status, adjustment of status, or try to get a green card. If your overstay exceeds 365 days, USCIS may reject your case and label you inadmissible for a full decade. Even marriage to a U.S. citizen may no longer be enough to protect you if you don't file properly and on time. Tourists on B1, B2 visas are especially vulnerable. Many visitors come to the U.S. for what they think is a short stay, but after a few months, they decide to stay longer with family, explore job options, or wait for better opportunities. Unfortunately, staying even one day past your I-94 date can trigger a serious immigration violation, and in 2025, there is zero tolerance for excuses. Students on F1 visas who fail to maintain full-time enrollment, workers on H-1B visas who lose their jobs, and even people on TPS or DACA whose protections have expired. All of them are under tight surveillance, and overstay penalties are being applied without exception. Let's look at a real-life scenario. Imagine a student from Bangladesh came to the U.S. on an F1 visa in 2021. Their I-94 said they could stay until August 2024. But due to delays, financial issues, or just lack of awareness, they stayed until March 2025. That's over 200 days of unlawful presence. They apply for a new student visa from abroad, only to be told they are now banned for 10 years. No waiver, no second chance, just a hard stop and a broken dream. This is the harsh reality thousands of people are now facing under Trump's 2025 enforcement policies. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, check your I-94 expiration date right now. You can look it up online on the official CBP website. If you're nearing your expiration, or you've already overstayed, talk to an immigration attorney immediately. In some cases, you can apply for an extension before the expiration date. You may also qualify to change status or apply for relief under asylum, family sponsorship, or humanitarian programs. But timing is everything. The worst thing you can do is ignore the issue or assume the government won't catch you. In 2025, the U.S. immigration system is using real-time data to catch overstayers, and you could be denied entry, denied adjustment, or even placed into deportation proceedings with little warning. And if you're currently outside the U.S. and thinking about applying for a visa, be aware. If you've overstayed before and left the U.S., your visa application will likely be automatically denied under Trump's zero overstay policy. Unless you can prove extreme hardship to a U.S. citizen or legal resident relative and get a waiver approved, you're going to have to wait up to 10 years before you can even be considered for another visa. That's a long time to put your life, career, or family on hold. There is hope, but you have to act smart, act fast, and follow the law to the letter. If you're planning to stay longer in the U.S., make sure you apply for legal status before your I-94 expires. If you've already overstayed, do not leave the U.S. without speaking to a lawyer. And if you're in the process of applying for a green card, make sure your overstay is disclosed and properly addressed, because one small omission could destroy your entire case. The message from the Trump administration is clear. The era of leniency for visa overstays is over. Immigration enforcement in 2025 is more automated, more aggressive, and more punishing than ever before. So don't take chances. Your future in the United States could depend on a single date on a government form, and missing that date could cost you 10 years of your life. If you found this video helpful, share it with friends and family who may be at risk. Drop a comment below if you have questions, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking updates on U.S. immigration in 2025. Stay safe, stay legal, and stay informed.